Saturday, Paris will be celebrating Pride with its annual procession, but it comes amid a politicized assault on LGBTQ rights around the world, with countries including Hungary banning their annual Pride procession this year. Emerald Maxwell joins us. Great to see you, Emerald.
Hi, Delano.
There's a lot of progress that's been made in the last couple of decades, but it seems that we could regress as well.
Yes, there have been a lot of advances in the last 10 years, such as 10 years ago this week, when the US Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in the United States, which was still controversial at the time, but is now widely accepted by close to 70% of Americans. It was a major step forward for LGBTQ rights, but a backlash, or a woke clash, as they're calling it, has been brewing, and the issue of trans rights in particular is proving divisive in the United States and being instrumentalized by the Trump administration with his so-called war on woke. There are, for instance, fears now that the Supreme Court justices, the Supreme Court, which is much more conservative now, could revisit their 2015 decision and roll back nationwide marriage equality as they did with the abortion law, Roe v. Wade. And this backlash isn't just happening in the United States, but in many countries across the world, including in the European Union, in Hungary, where Prime Minister Viktor Orban has cracked down on LGBTQ rights in the name of child protection, with laws that have been criticised across the Union. The legislation has also led to police banning the country's main Pride procession this Saturday in Budapest, causing a battle with the city's authorities who want it to go ahead. They vow that it will go ahead as planned. Here was Budapest's mayor earlier this month talking about it.
In this city, there are no first or second-class citizens. So in this city, neither freedom nor love can be banned, and the Budapest Pride cannot be banned either. We look forward to welcoming everyone to the Budapest Pride March on June 28th, which will be a municipal event. Therefore, no official permit is required.
And the conflict over this parade continues. It's supposed to go ahead this Saturday. Several members of the European Parliament have said they will attend it. This while Hungary's Justice Minister has warned EU ambassadors and their staff not to attend, saying it's banned. And Budapest authorities insist that it's on and that police have no authority to ban it. Yesterday, EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen called on the Hungarian authorities to reverse the ban and not to punish neither the organisers nor the participants. But the row has troubled the country's LGBTQ community, as it's just the latest in a series of laws that have been cracking down on their rights since 2010, including a ban on a change of gender in personal documents, which effectively halts adoption by same-sex couples. Many LGBTQ people don't know if they have a future anymore in Hungary, and let's take a listen to this lesbian couple.
This pride ban due to the child protection law has been talked about everywhere, and somehow, unconsciously, I started to think whether we should hold hands in front of a child now. Something started to work inside of me.
We're continually discussing that we may need to move abroad next year. We're hoping that we can stay, but by now it has become a reality that perhaps we will not be here in a year's time.
Now, Emerald, we often single out Hungary in the EU for chipping away at gay rights, but it is not the only country within the EU to do so.
Yes, well, attempts to remove LGBTQ topics, for instance, from school curricula, have surfaced in at least 10 European countries, including Italy, Norway, and Romania. And in their annual Pride survey of 26 countries, Ipsos found that attitudes to LGBTQ rights have also seem to be going backwards. Overall, the proportion in favour of everything from trans athletes to Pride Month marketing is down since 2021. And this in countries as varied as the United States, France, Turkey, Brazil, etc. For instance, support for same-sex marriage is down to 69% from 74% in 2021. Similarly, support for same-sex couples having the right to adopt children has fallen around that amount. And while close to 3 in 4 people surveyed still agree that LGBTQ people should be protected from discrimination in employment and housing, etc., there is a gap between those people who agree with this in theory and those who actually want to put it into practice, into law. Only half of people support actual laws banning discrimination. The Ipsos survey also identified a marked gender gap among Gen Z, which they also found in their 2024 Pride report. And the biggest divide today appears in how businesses support LGBTQ people. So while 58% of Gen Z women are in favor of companies or brands promoting equality for LGBTQ people, only 34% of Gen Z men agree. And the report concludes that it remains to be seen whether public acceptance of these issues continues to trend downwards in the second half of this decade. But in any case, the fight for rights continues even today in 2025.
Even in the EU, it seems. Thank you very much for that, Emerald Maxwell there.